The National Electrical Code, or NEC, Article 800 covers communication circuits. Section 800.110 addresses surge protection. Specifically, Section 800.110 states that listed surge protective devices, or SPDs, shall be installed as close as possible to the point of entrance of a communications circuit into a building where such conductors are routed outdoors and enter a building. The SPD shall be listed for the specific application and installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. This requirement applies to all communication circuits, including CCTV cables, that enter a building from the outside. The interpretation is that the SPD must be installed as close as possible to the point where the cable penetrates the exterior wall or roof of the building. While the code states as close as possible, a common understanding is to install it within 25 feet of the entry point. The purpose of this requirement is to protect communication equipment inside the building from voltage surges that can occur on outdoor circuits. These surges can be caused by lightning, power line faults, or other electrical disturbances. By installing an SPD near the point of entry, these surges can be safely dissipated to ground before they reach the sensitive electronic components inside the building. The NEC mandates the use of listed SPD. This means the devices have been tested and certified by a recognized testing laboratory to meet specific safety and performance standards. Using listed SPD ensures the device is suitable for the intended application and provides a certain level of protection. The phrase specific application is important. SPD are designed with specific voltage and current ratings as well as surge handling capabilities. Selecting an SPD that is appropriate for the communications circuit being protected is crucial. For example, an SPD designed for a 120 volts alternating current power circuit would not be suitable for a low voltage CCTV cable. Installation according to the manufacturer's instructions is also essential. The instructions provide detailed guidance on proper wiring, grounding, and mounting of the SPD. Following these instructions ensures the device functions correctly and provides the intended level of protection. The SPD diverts excess voltage to ground, thereby protecting sensitive equipment connected to the communication circuit. A proper ground connection is essential for the SPD to function correctly. Without a good ground, the surge current cannot be safely dissipated and the equipment may still be damaged. The NEC provides detailed requirements for grounding in Article 250. The 25-foot rule is a common interpretation. While the NEC states as close as possible, the 25-foot guideline is widely accepted. This distance provides a practical balance between protection and installation constraints. The further the SPD is from the point of entry, the more vulnerable the equipment becomes to voltage surges. Voltage surges are brief but intense spikes of voltage that can damage or destroy electronic components. They can enter a building through various pathways, including power lines, communication cables, and even grounding systems. Lightning strikes are a common cause of voltage surges. A direct lightning strike can inject millions of volts into a building's electrical system. Even a nearby strike can induce significant voltage surges on power and communication lines. Power line faults can also cause voltage surges. These faults can occur due to equipment failure, accidents, or even weather events. Other electrical disturbances, such as switching transients from large electrical loads, can also generate voltage surges. The installation of SPD is a critical safety measure that helps to protect valuable electronic equipment and prevent fires. It is important to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that SPD are properly installed and that the electrical system meets all applicable code requirements. Firstly, identify the point of entry where the communications circuit, such as the CCTV cable, enters the building. Secondly, select a listed SPD that is specifically designed for the communications circuit being protected. Thirdly, install the SPD as close as possible to the point of entry, ideally within 25 feet. Fourthly, follow the manufacturer's instructions for proper wiring, grounding, and mounting of the SPD. Fifthly, ensure that the ground connection is solid and meets the requirements of NEC Article 250. Sixthly, test the SPD to verify that it is functioning correctly. Seventhly, periodically inspect the SPD to ensure that it is still in good condition. Eighthly, replace the SPD if it has been damaged or has reached the end of its service life. Ninthly, document the installation of the SPD, including the date of installation, the model number of the SPD, and the location of the SPD. Tenthly, keep a copy of the manufacturer's instructions for future reference. The NEC is a comprehensive set of standards for the safe installation of electrical wiring and equipment. It is updated every 3 years to reflect changes in technology and best practices. The NEC is adopted by most states and local jurisdictions in the United States. It is essential for electricians and other electrical professionals to be familiar with the NEC and to follow its requirements. Article 800 of the NEC specifically addresses communication circuits, including telephone, data, and CCTV cables. It provides requirements for wiring, grounding, and surge protection. Section 800.110 provides the specific requirements for surge protection of communication circuits. It mandates the use of listed SPD and specifies the location of the SPD. The NEC is not a law itself, but it is often adopted by state and local jurisdictions as part of their building codes. This means that compliance with the NEC is legally required in many areas. Failure to comply with the NEC can result in fines, penalties, and even legal action. The NEC is intended to protect people and property from electrical hazards. By following the requirements of the NEC, electricians and other electrical professionals can help to ensure the safety of electrical installations. The NEC is a valuable resource for anyone involved in the design, installation, or maintenance of electrical systems. It provides clear and concise guidance on how to install electrical wiring and equipment safely and effectively. In addition to the NEC, there are other standards and guidelines that may be applicable to communication circuits. These include standards from organizations such as the Telecommunications Industry Association, or TIA, and the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, or IEE. These standards may provide more detailed requirements for specific types of communication circuits. It is important to consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer to determine which standards and guidelines are applicable to a particular project. A qualified professional can help to ensure that the electrical system is designed and installed in accordance with all applicable codes and standards. It is important to remember that electricity can be dangerous. Always take precautions when working with electrical wiring and equipment. Disconnect the power before working on any electrical circuit. Use insulated tools and equipment. Never work on electrical circuits in wet or damp conditions. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you. Surge protection is an important aspect of electrical safety. By installing SPD on communication circuits, you can help to protect valuable electronic equipment and prevent fires. Always follow the requirements of the NEC and other applicable standards and guidelines when installing SPD. Consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer if you have any questions. Proper grounding is essential for effective surge protection. The grounding system provides a path for surge current to flow safely to ground, thereby protecting sensitive equipment. The NEC provides detailed requirements for grounding in Article 250. It specifies the size and type of grounding conductors, as well as the methods for connecting grounding conductors to ground electrodes. The ground electrode system typically consists of one or more ground rods, ground plates, or metal water pipes that are buried in the earth. The grounding system should be properly installed and maintained to ensure that it is effective. Regularly inspect the grounding system to ensure that there are no loose connections or corrosion. If you find any problems, have them repaired by a qualified electrician. Surge protection is not a substitute for proper grounding. Both surge protection and proper grounding are necessary to provide comprehensive protection against electrical hazards. The combination of surge protection and proper grounding provides a robust defense against voltage surges and other electrical disturbances. It helps to ensure the safety and reliability of electrical systems. In the context of CCTV systems, surge protection is particularly important because CCTV cameras and recording equipment are often sensitive to voltage surges. These surges can damage or destroy the cameras and recording equipment, resulting in loss of video surveillance and potential security breaches. By installing SPD on CCTV cables, you can help to protect the CCTV system from voltage surges and ensure its continued operation. The location of the SPD is also important. The closer the SPD is to the equipment being protected, the more effective it will be. Ideally, the SPD should be installed at the point where the CCTV cable enters the building and also at the equipment being protected. This provides 2 layers of protection against voltage surges. When selecting an SPD for a CCTV system, it is important to consider the voltage and current ratings of the SPD. The SPD should be rated for the voltage and current levels that are expected on the CCTV cable. It is also important to consider the surge handling capability of the SPD. The surge handling capability is the amount of surge current that the SPD can safely dissipate. The SPD should have a surge handling capability that is adequate for the expected surge levels. In addition to surge protection, it is also important to protect CCTV systems from other electrical hazards such as overcurrents and short circuits. Overcurrent protection can be provided by fuses or circuit breakers. Short circuit protection can be provided by ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs. By providing comprehensive electrical protection for CCTV systems, you can help to ensure their safety and reliability. Consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer to determine the best electrical protection strategy for your CCTV system. They can assess the specific risks and recommend the appropriate protection measures. Remember that electrical safety is an ongoing process. Regularly inspect electrical systems to ensure that they are in good condition and that all safety devices are functioning properly. If you find any problems, have them repaired by a qualified electrician. By taking these precautions, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and ensure the safety of people and property.